If you're a parent of a child with ADHD, you know the deal. You've seen that just bottomless well of energy. You know the frustration that comes when the world is constantly asking a mind that's built for motion to please just sit still. Honestly, it can feel like you're fighting a battle you just can't win.
And for decades, the answer has pretty much been a loud yes. The whole approach has been about managing it, suppressing it, or even medicating that energy away. But what if? What if we've been asking the wrong question this whole time?
Now this is the big idea we're diving into today, and it's a perspective that's really championed by the Equal Chance Boxing Foundation. It's a total reframing of ADHD, seeing it not as some kind of deficit, but as this deep, powerful reserve of potential, just waiting for the right place to be unleashed.
So to see how this works, we first have to kind of adjust our understanding of the neurodivergent brain itself. Okay, so this flips a huge misconception on its head. Kids with ADHD don't lack attention, they actually have an abundance of it. Their brain is just wired differently. It's always on the hunt for tasks that give it a constant, rewarding stream of dopamine. So when something is boring, the brain gets physically restless, searching for something, anything, more engaging.
And that's where the problem starts, right? In a traditional classroom, that foot tapping, that chair swiveling, that constant search for stimulation, it gets punished. Kids are told they're being disruptive or that they're unfocused, and pretty soon they start to believe they're somehow broken. But what happens if we don't ask the kid to change? What if, instead, we change the arena?
You know, a lot of parents try traditional team sports, and that makes perfect sense. But so often, those exact environments just end up creating a whole new set of problems for the ADHD brain.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Soccer, baseball, they involve a ton of waiting around. For a brain that's craving stimulation, standing all alone in the outfield is basically torture. Plus, all the chaos of tracking teammates, opponents, the ball, it can lead to total sensory overload. And the pressure of letting your team down, it's huge. But boxing is a completely different world. It is constant, full-body engagement in a super controlled environment. The focus is 100% on you. It's highly stimulating, but it's never overwhelming.
And this is exactly why the boxing gym can become the perfect environment for these kids, a real sanctuary where a neurodivergent mind can absolutely thrive. So when a kid steps up to that heavy bag, the entire world just shrinks. There are no teammates to keep track of, no giant outfield to get lost in. It's just them, their breathing, and the target. All those overwhelming variables are just stripped away, leaving only the task right in front of them.
And this is where the neurological magic happens. When you throw a punch, you get instant feedback. The thwack of the glove hitting the mitt, the feeling of the impact. This gives the brain an immediate, satisfying little hit of dopamine. So the brain learns really fast. Action equals immediate reward. And because that feedback loop is so tight and so fast, the ADHD brain doesn't have to try to focus. It just locks in, completely on its own.
This leads to a state that's known as hyperfocus, which is a lesser-known trait of ADHD. It's this incredibly intense, prolonged state of concentration that, frankly, is a superpower. The very same kids who can't sit still for 5 minutes in class will spend 45 minutes completely absorbed in perfecting their footwork, all because the activity is naturally speaking their brain's language.
And this is where the real transformation begins. The very same traits that were seen as flaws in one environment suddenly become sources of incredible strength in another.
Just think about it. That restless energy? In the ring, that becomes incredible athletic endurance. That impulsivity, acting without thinking, it gets refined into elite hair-trigger reflexes. That distractibility, it turns into a heightened awareness of everything happening around them. And hyperactivity? That gets channeled directly into explosive power. You're not fixing a flaw here, you're forging a weapon.
And suddenly discipline isn't a scary word anymore. It's learned through the simple, predictable rhythm of the gym. 3 minutes of intense work, 1 minute of rest, over and over. That structure is incredibly soothing. It teaches them how to pace themselves, how to regulate their own energy, not through lectures, but through sweat and repetition.
And the best part is, the benefits don't just stop when they take off the gloves. The impact this has on their mind and on their life outside the gym is absolutely profound.
After a workout, the brain is just flooded with all these amazing feel-good chemicals. Parents talk about how the constant mental static their kids live with just fades away, leaving behind this real sense of peace. They find they have more focus for their homework. And maybe most important, they learn that mistakes aren't failures. They're just data you can use for the next round. and that builds incredible emotional resilience.
This is the transformative space that the Equal Chance Boxing Foundation provides. They give these kids a totally blank slate. They help strip away all those negative labels they've been carrying around for years, and they replace them with a single, powerful new identity.
And, the results really do speak for themselves. The foundation has trained over 500 young people.
And in doing so, they've created these documented, life-altering transformations in more than 150 of those lives.
But maybe the most impressive number of all, a staggering 95% program completion rate. I mean, that alone tells you just how powerfully this approach engages and empowers these kids.
So ultimately, for any parent watching, this kind of reframes your whole role, doesn't it? Are you spending all your energy trying to put a lid on your child's inner fire? Or are you going to find the right structure, the right fireplace, to actually channel that energy and turn what the world sees as a destructive force into a source of immense warmth and incredible power?